Masechah Sukkah Daf Nun Vav. The Gemara brings machlokes if you make a bracha zman v'achkach sukkah or sukkah v'achkach zman. Rav says sukkah v'achkach zman because b'chiyuv yoyma or chag sukkahs is before the bracha of zman. Rav Babachana says zman v'achkach sukkah because todeh v'shein todeh koida. I see for Shalmi Toida. There's a beautiful arichas in the Sukkah, and yes, a tremendous kasha. According to what's before in our Sukkah, that the chiyuv yoyim comes before Toder. So it should follow if someone has to make a berachot as a yatzar and kidush at the same time, the kidush yoyim should come before as a yatzar because chiyuv yoyim adif. And yes, it's tzarich the minigolim is to make as a yatzar before kidush. He asked his kasha to Shmuel Rozovsky Zechoyin Levachim. Shmuel answered that's involved in the Gemara. The chiyuv yoyim adif mitad is only when there's two mitzvahs that are mesudorim k'hadodi and the sheikh yadodi, the all nema on the kiddush. So b'chagavna there's a loch you have to be makdim sukkah which is chiyuv yoyim before shechiyana which is tadir. However, yatzar and kiddush are two independent brachas that are not sheikh yadodi b'chagav. There's no halacha b'chlal to be makdim chiyuv yoyim. The Shalmi Toida says he asked him Shmuel that's tzorchim from the fact that the Gemara compares to heilich matzah, heilich chametz, shtei alechem alechem aponim are two independent mitzvahs. They're not sheikh yadodi, and nevertheless the Gemara compares it and says furthermore, although now we're mesada the birkat Succah and shechyono ala kois, bizmei chazal the birkat Succah was never before kiddush. So make it easy specifically only because it's them vasachas di halacha to makdim chiyuv yoyim. So Shalmi Toida says that the answer to this kasha is that the only time you say chiyuv yoyim adif is when there's two mitzvahs, two brachas that have to be made on lahaba. However, like zman and sukkah. However, bracha of yatzar, which is going on the past, that has a kedimah to be masmich, to make sure there's no hefzer between the yatzar and the yatzar, and therefore it's before the mile of Toder. Then the Shalmi Toida continues with the shayla. What's the halacha if you have a birchas yatzar and birchas hamazon? Which one's kodem is yatzar kodem because it's Toder, or the bracha of birchas hamazon is kodem because it's deraisa? And he says in many achronim it's mavur that a bracha that's deraisa has a Kedimah because it's like Kodesh, like the Gemara in Zvachim as a Shayla Todem, Kodesh Ezim and Kodem, and a Chiv Deraisa is like Mekudesh. He says, Rekveg is more like that, the Birchas Hamazon is Kodem because it's Mekudesh, and remember it's Tzlach, in Brachas Daf Nun Aleph, that the Orchaner brings now Sukkah over here, on Sukkah Daf Nun Vav, says the Kiddush Hayoim, which is Deraisa, should be before Yayin. Because since it's Deraisa, it has a loch of Mekudesh. And he says that the Gemara has a mechugah b'shamir b'sila is specifically if someone's very yoytz it's kiddush yoyim b'tefillah, but however by a lady that was not yet yoytz the mitzvah of kiddush minatayr and tefillah, the halacha is kiddush comes first because kiddush is the raisa. The Orchaner asked that is a suffix in the Gemara, and when paskin whichever one you want you could do. You could be makdim, so the halacha should be you could be makdim whichever one you want. The Pnei Yeshua and brachas also learns that Kitzlach. However, the Malbim, Atzachayim, although he starts off naming on like the Tzlach, that the Chiv Derais is Kodem because it's Mekudesh. However, he says that Kiddush is different since Chazal Shtel Davek. A Kiddush Ala Yayin, so therefore the Bracha Ala Yayin is like part of the Bracha of Kiddush, and Chazal could establish that the Bracha of the Yayin could be before the actual Kiddush that's Midiraisa. And it's mashma that the Birchas Hayayin itself becomes like the Deraisa because it's part of the Chiyuv of the Kiddush. And with that, the Malbim argues, and the Prichodesh says that the second parsha of Kriyishma is Deraisa, the fact that the Mishnah in the Brachas David Gimel has a back and forth, why the first parsha is before the second parsha of Kriyishma. And Chodesh says that if the first parasha is the Raisa and the second parasha is the Rabbanan, the first parasha has to be before the second parasha because only the first parasha is the Raisa. So Chodesh says, you see that even the second parasha of Kedimah is the Raisa. On that, the Chaim says no. That according to his Yisod, since Chazal stel the vek, they used to say all three parashas, they all have the similar chashivas like a deraisa. The Iker's Yisod the Chaim is similar to the Yisod of Netziv, which you mentioned in the Shir Brachas Daf Yudalid and Le'il Daf Lamadalid Lamates, that the Netziv says the Klal God B'Torah, any mitzvah that the Torah didn't say a specific shir, Chazal Moisav and the shir, the entire mitzvah is included in the actual mitzvah midiraisa. You Moisav another Nikuda that according to Rav Paler, which you mentioned the Shir and Brachas Daf Nun Beis, Rav Paler says that the bracha ala yayin by kiddush is not a regular birkat, rather it's a chelik of ikar kiddush. So therefore, that's osi hativ, like the derech of the Malbim, that the bracha ala yayin also has a chashivas like the deraisa. And the ikar yisod of the tzlach and the pnei Yeshua, that a bracha midiraisa is called because that's loch like mekudesh, the shagis aryeh, which mentioned the Shir Brachas Daf Beis, argues and says that there's no ma'ila b'chlal to be makdim or to rise over the Rabbanan. He says even though the halacha is to be makdim or mekudesh over ein mekudesh, that's only when the two chiyuv the mitzvahs. However, there's no halacha to be makdim or todir before or dvar rishus. So therefore, a chiyuv mitzvah the Rabbanan has a status like a dvar rishus, and therefore there's no chiyuv b'chlal to be makdim the deraisa before the Rabbanan. I the Sefer Kivitz al Rambam that's a similar to the Shagis Aryeh with a different yisoid, not because it's like a dvar rishus. He says because a mitzvah Rabbanan has a chashivas like a mitzvah deraisa, according to the Yishitas Rambam, that every Rabbanan oivan has a chashivas like a mitzvah deraisa. So therefore there's no ma'ila, it's not considered a mekudesh to do the deraisa before the Rabbanan. Today the Yehuda is Chuvas writes, according to his sheet in the tzlach, that a bracha that's deraisa comes before a bracha the Rabbanan because it's mekudesh. But then he explains that although it's mavur in Shulchan Aruch, that the second day of Sukkot you make a bracha of kidush zman and afterwards Sukkah, because the second day of Sukkot the Rosh holds you can't make a shechyon after the bracha on Sukkah because the shechyon is not going on the mitzvah of Sukkah, so therefore it's considered a hefsek. However, the Yehuda brings the Yam Shloim and other achronim argue and say you make a bracha of Sukkot before Kiddush, that the bracha of Sukkot is kodem. And the Yehuda says the reason is because in the second day of Sukkot only the bracha on the Sukkot is the Raisa, because there's a mitzvah in the Raisa to eat in the Sukkot 7 days. However, Yom Tov Sheni is only the Rabbanan, so the Kiddush in the Sheni is Rabbanan, so therefore you have to makdim the bracha on the Sukkah. On this he said in the Yehuda, Yeshua's Yaakov argues, and he learns that even according to the Svar of the Yehuda, you have to makdim a mitzvah deraisa, that's only by birchas hamazon or Kiddush, that the bracha itself is deraisa. However, the bracha on the mitzvah sukkah, although the mitzvah sukkah is deraisa, so the actual bracha is only the Rabbanan, so therefore there's no Kedimah making the bracha on the sukkah before a bracha d'Rabbanan, because even the bracha on the mitzvah deraisa hangs aloha like a mitzvah d'Rabbanan. It's tzarich here, what's the imik of the machlokes Yeshua's Yaakov and the Yehuda could be the understanding is it's totally, and what the get of birchas hamitzvahs is ayin shir brachas daf tesvav, that the Peskrov declares is birchas hamitzvahs a din to be makdim in birchas hamitzvahs before the mitzvah, or is birchas hamitzvahs a chelik of the mitzvah. So Peskrov proved that the birchas hamitzvahs is a chelik of the mitzvah, so it could be that's the machlokes the Yehuda and Yeshua's Yaakov. And the Yehuda holds that the birchas hamitzvahs is meishich shaykh to the guf hamitzvah. So therefore, the same way that the mitzvah sukkah is the rice, who din the bracha on the mitzvah sukkah is shaykh to the actual mitzvah that's the rice. However, the Yeshua's Yaakov holds that it's the birchas mitzvah is not connected to the actual mitzvah, so therefore it has a locha like a d'Rabbanan that's not kodim to a bracha d'Rabbanan. I know Sameach that says a chiddush that even the Shagis Aryeh will agree to the Yehuda in this case, because it says the only reason why the Shagis Aryeh holds you not makdim or the rice before the Rabbanan is because the Rabbanan klapid the rice has halacha like a midi the rishos. However, by the bracha in the sukkah, since all the brachas of the Rabbanan So therefore, you can't say that any of the brachas are considered like a dvar rishus. Rather, since the bracha on the sukkah is a bracha on a deraisa, so therefore it has a halacha like mikudish, and even the Shagas Aryu agree that it has a halacha like mikudish. And because you can't say the birkas zman is like a midi dereshus. Ayin shalmei toida that says according to its machloikas yesh la'ayin. What's the halacha? If you have to make yatzar in the bracha on putting on a beggar of tzitzis, what's kodem? Do you say the birkas yatzar is kodem because it's toder, or do you say the bracha on mitzvah tzitzis is kodem because it's a bracha on a mitzvah deraisa? So shalmei toida says the chayra. It's totally in this machlokes according to Yeshua's Yaakov. The bracha on tzitzis has a halacha like a mitzvah d'Rabbanan, so it doesn't have a ma'ila, and the birkas yatzar should be kodem because it's toder. However, according to Sameach, the bracha on tzitzis has a halacha like a deraisa, and therefore it should be considered like a mekudesh. If you want, you could be makdim it. However, he says there Steinman Zechayin Levacha told him that tzitzis and Rabbi is kodem besides for being a deraisa, it also has a lot of toder. Although you make more brachas on yatzar, you make on tzitzis, you only make a bracha once a day. But Hamiyas, the bracha on tzitzis is going on the entire levisha the entire day. It's not considered like it's one bracha on one big levisha. Rather, the bracha is going on kol rega of the levisha. It says if you want to have a mind to only pat a certain time, technically you could stop. It's al-koch. You see the bracha is going on the levishas for the entire day, so therefore it's considered like a toder. Then the Shalmei Toder continues that mitam acher you have to makdim tzitzis because if you ma'acher the bracha on tzitzis, then you're stopping a mitzvah deraisa of tzitzis because the mitzvah of tzitzis is kol rega v'rega. Then the Shalmei Toder says that no, even if you make a bracha later, the bracha is chal on the mitzvah mikara, and if you put on the tzitzis first, you're not considered that you lost out on the mitzvah b'chal v'ayin sham oid b'arichas.